I've been wanting to talk about Noelle with Furina for the longest time, but the biggest challenge for me was trying to figure out a way of getting Noelle's energy back relatively reliably. Seems like I found a way by just kind of haphazardly building Gorou, so let's just get right into it. We're here with Zhongli and Masanori, and of course, this is my Geo team, but also with Furina, because Furina is actually... Furina is basically Albedo, except Hydro, and buffs the team. But doesn't generate as much energy, I guess, for Geo characters, but that's okay, whatever, it is what it is. We're gonna do that. And the reason why I've gone for Furina and Zhongli instead of, say, Yelan and, what's her name, Yunjin, is because I can then do Spin to Win Noelle. And notice how much healing Spin to Win Noelle actually does. It's actually kind of insane. Normal attack Noelle does do more damage overall. But Spin to Win Noelle hits really, really quickly, and as you could see, does a lot of healing. Generally speaking, you should heal faster with Spin to Win Noelle than with normal attack Noelle, so you have options available. So of course, if you're playing with, let's say, Yelan, Yunjin, then you're more incentivized to do normal attacks with Noelle. But even in a team with Zhongli and Furina, if everyone is not, like, nearly dead, then perhaps you can consider still doing normal attacks with Noelle. At least in my experience, having Zhongli and Furina as opposed to having Yunjin and Furina kind of yield the same results. So you can potentially swap your Zhongli out for Yunjin and you'll be absolutely perfectly fine. And at that point, then you can kind of just figure out some kind of other alternative ideas like that. Now, the thing is that when it comes to building Noelle with a team with Furina, you actually have quite a few options available for your build, specifically because with Furina, you actually get access to, of course, Mother Chaussee, which is something that a lot of teams with Furina are going to like using if you have an on-fielder. But this is particularly important because Noelle is a healer, but Noelle is also a healer with a very, very tough shield, which means without something like the team drain that comes from Furina, or unless you're going up against, let's say, Rift Hounds, I feel like you're not going to find yourself below full health as Noelle, which means without those kinds of special effects, Mother Chaussee probably doesn't work all that well on Noelle. And so at that point, you're probably better off sticking with Husk of Opulent Dreams. And I will continue to use Husk of Opulent Dreams on my Noelle, despite the fact that my Noelle build isn't, like, spectacularly amazing. She's still really, really satisfying to play so long as you can get that energy back. And the way that I have managed to haphazardly build my Gorou so that I can get my energy back is simply filtering all of my artifacts by crit rate and picking the one that has the most crit rate and energy. So my Gorou has 95% crit rate for the Fav and has about 200 and something ER, just cause. And that's exactly what I'm using. So, yeah. I don't even know if I necessarily need that much ER on Gorou, considering that, as far as I can tell, in general, using Gorou's ult is not the most important thing in the universe. That being said, though, it does mean you don't do Circle Impact with Gorou. Instead, you can have a Gorou buff that kind of follows around with you, which I guess is kind of nice. But yeah, the big thing is that I've put 95% crit rate on my Gorou, so that no matter what, I will always get the Fav proc, which is good because then I will always be swapping out of Noelle just very quickly, i.e. quick swapping to Gorou to get some energy for Noelle while we continue going. So I think that's probably the way to go when it comes to playing Noelle, especially if you have Gorou and a few other Fav users, I guess. Just swapping out occasionally to get some big energy particles funded to her is at least seeming to help me with my energy requirements. Let me know what all in the comments below. Now, in terms of weapons, really quick, I mean, there's 3 weapons to really think about. It's Red Horn, White Blind, and Serpent Spine. As far as I can tell, Serpent Spine is like marginally better than White Blind because White Blind is actually pretty good, and then Red Horn is like the big dick option if you want. Look at it this way: I have a Red Horn and I don't have Ito because I like Noelle so much. But yeah, Noelle has always been strong. Even before Furina, Noelle is strong. It's just that Furina, in particular, lets Noelle shine even brighter, to the point where it's possible that Noelle teams with Furina are stronger than Ito teams, because Ito can't really function with Furina unless you kind of really do some weird jiggery pokery and add a healer who's not necessarily all that great with Ito, etc, etc, etc. But yeah, otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more Genshin Impact action, and until next time, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Stars, shine free, observe, break a leg. As a dutiful maid would.
I was destined for more.